So there's a lot going on. Things don't seem to be getting better on the surface. In fact, it seems to be getting worse. How do you think about moving forward? What does the next step look like to you?
I view like injustice as an invitation for rejection. It doesn't matter how long it lasts. What matters like how long I last. One of the main points of oppression is to get you to start questioning like your value as an individual. I've seen like so many people feeling defeated because of genocide, and it's like, I'm glad you're not a mother. I'm glad you're not a father, a brother, a son of somebody who was murdered by the state of Israel, because like you look at those of us who just buried their loved ones and they refuse to be submissive, and you take them as inspiration rather than as like, oh, poor victims. No, allow Palestinian survivors of Israeli criminal behavior to inspire you. Allow them to do so. What to do each and every, like, this is one of the things that get people really frustrated with me, because I cannot tell people what to do. What I can say always is that express your rejection to Israel's savagery and criminal behavior by the means you know. If those means are as simple as a prayer, keep doing at least one prayer a day. Do your wishes, do your du'as, just keep Palestinian victims of Israeli criminal behavior in your heart and mind. And then, with the practice of those, rituals, you will be shown a way. You will be given opportunities to express your rejection verbally and physically, But, submitting to injustice, submitting to this dark reality is not an option, It's actually practical to believe that if you fight, you might lose. But if you don't, you've already lost. When there is evil, the least we can do is reject it and express that rejection by all means necessary and all means that are available to us. So what do we do individually and hopefully collectively is that in every opportunity to reject those who are supporters, defenders, and beneficiaries of Israeli criminal behavior, we need to express our rejection to those, I would say, supporters, defenders, and profiteers of it.
Baha, before I let you go, I want to ask one more thing. Because there are currently protests in Malaysia organized by Gaga America and other NGOs, and it's concerning a particular weapons exhibition. So DSA and NATSAC Asia 2026 is a biannual weapons exhibition. It's held at the Malaysia International Trade and Exhibition Centre, MITEC, in Kuala Lumpur. This year it is ongoing right now, actually, from the 20th of April to the 23rd of April. And protesters are gathered outside the building, and they are protesting these companies, right? Because protesters say the organizers have invited companies, weapons manufacturers that are complicit in the genocide in Gaza. What do you make of this? Because on the one hand, this is a country that is very pro-Palestine, and I think that is the being on the right side of history. But on the other hand, you do see instances like these. Do you think there's a contradiction there?
I don't want to put it in a contradictory terms. Malaysia provides me with safety as a Palestinian, and it provides many Palestinians with a form of safety. And we need to remember that 100,000 to 200,000. Imagine the estimation. It's between 100,000 to 200,000 tons of explosives that were thrown on Palestinians in Gaza, enabling the genocide. Every single company that provided surveillance, provided the bombs, provided the GPS systems, provided the helicopter, provided the F-16, provided the seat that an Israeli pilot sat on as he launched a strike that destroyed like the lives of an entire neighborhood. All those companies are war profiteers. All those companies are mercenaries. And the way I understand law here is like there is power for law in this country, and there's freedom of speech. I guess like we need to stop being naive and stupid and looking at those war profiteers as if they were like corporations or companies, but war profiteers. The law in Malaysia criminalizes war profiteers and criminalizes mercenaries. I see their presence in this country to be an opportunity for law enforcement to arrest each and every one of those companies and apply the law against them. Like, you have a bunch of companies that have profited, from genocide. And what they're coming to sell you is, weapons that proven to show success in committing genocide. But once again, one of the most beautiful things and inspiring things I find in Malaysia is like total rejection to Israeli criminal behavior. And this is an opportunity to express governmental rejection to Israeli criminal behavior because the criminals are here.
Much for joining me today.